You okay? You have a bad dream?
Oh, that's how I clear my throat. Ah! There we go.
Lukita, October 16th is right around the corner, and
Yes,
I love Shrinking, and it comes back season 2. Now, this season deals with the consequences of Jimmy's unorthodox approach to therapy. Alice doesn't want to see her dad regress. How has Alex's complex relationship with her dad evolved this season in Shrinking?
Ooh, I think season 1, we're seeing Alice as a rock, a constant, and she's kind of the one that has her shit together the most. And I think in season 2, we get to see her be a little bit more of a teenager. She gets to make some mistakes, learn the consequences, try and ask for forgiveness, and that is her development in season 2. Yeah.
Well, speaking of forgiveness, that's a big theme this season. Can you talk about how that applies to Alice this season?
Ooh.
Without giving any spoilers away.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, which ones do I want to? We see in season 2 her relationship develop with her friend Summer, played by Rachel Stubbington, the brilliant Rachel Stubbington. And this is a character that's obviously like her age, her peer. We hadn't seen so much of their relationship in season 1, and her dynamic with somebody her own age that maybe hasn't gone through in her mind as much hardship makes her act in a certain way towards her friend that is maybe not so chill. And so, yeah, she learns to ask for forgiveness to her best friend. And yeah, that's a big one this season, but there's so much more.
Absolutely. I want to dive into that a little bit. Can you talk about Alice's friendship with Summer and Connor and how they either help her and hinder her coping mechanism?
I don't know. I think, again, like, she's going through grief and interacting with people outside of her small bubble that she's kind of put herself in season 1. She's starting to branch out, starting to open up, starting to try and meet new people. And I think Summer and Connor have been constants to her for a long time. And because she's been so close to them growing up as like neighbors or best friends for a while, those are the people that are closest to her. So I feel like they're almost easier to hurt because you have that familiarity and almost familiarity at that point. So yeah.
Now, you described Alice as being a rock really in season 1. What aspects of Alice's character do you find the most relatable or resonates with you personally the most?
Oh, how do I relate to Alice? I would love to say that I'm kind of strong and will tap out of any negative energy when I don't like the vibe. I'm just like, this is not the vibe, I'm out. Yeah.
I love that.
Storm
I love that.
Upstairs. Yeah.
Perfect. Now, can you talk about Alice's relationship with Paul this season and where we see that go?
Yeah, in the beginning of season 2, we see them have their sessions, and she's just really worried about Jimmy. And after the chaos of where we leave season 1 with his patient Grace, he's potentially at the beginning of a spiral, and she can sense that. And so she's just worried about that, and she brings all of her worries about Jimmy to Paul and is trying to get his advice and his insight on that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Lukita, look, you're amazing in this show. Thank you so much for your time. I love the character, Alice. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Something changed a few months ago. Felt like I got my dad back.